Hi, everyone. I wanted to share with you the types of writing information that I shared with you recently. I wanted to go over the different types so that you become more familiar with each type of writing as we navigate through writing in our year for English. So, one of the things that we talked about was why we write. And we discussed that there are different reasons that people write, whether it be to communicate with one another, whether it be to give information. It's a form of expression. There were lots of different ideas that we shared about why we write. So people do write for different reasons, and these purposes can be grouped under different types of writing. So these are the different types of writing that we will be covering, and you'll find that some of these do overlap with one another. So the first one is telling a story, and this is a good phrase to remember, that narrative writing tells a story. Remember, in a story, it includes characters, setting, plot, theme, symbols, all of these important elements that you would find in a typical story. And some examples of this would be a short story or a novel, even a poem or a journal. Another type of writing is descriptive writing, and this particular type of writing does carry over into all the other types because you're using your senses to create images in the mind of the audience. We are using our mental TVs to imagine whatever the person is describing, whether it's another person, a place, an event, but we are using our senses to do that. So I like the idea of show it, don't tell it. Okay. And some examples of that would be in a menu when you're at a restaurant and you want to order food. Under the different types of food, they do include a description so that you know what is in it or how it's prepared. Another example might be a travel brochure in which you are getting information about whatever location you may be traveling to so that you know what is being offered there. So that's some examples of descriptive writing. You also have expository writing. Another word for that would be informative, and it is just the facts. You are being given information to explain something, to clarify something, or define something. Some examples of that might be in an essay or a research paper of some sort, a report, a manual when you are trying to learn how to use a particular device or piece of equipment. Manuals have information in there that they are informing you on how to use it. It could also be a recipe as well. So remember, expository writing is just the facts. And then you have persuasive writing, in which the author is trying to convince the reader to agree with their beliefs. So the idea is to convince me. So you do have to have good support and details in your persuasive writing in order to convince someone. And you might see examples of that in a movie review or a restaurant critique, a letter to a newspaper editor, or an essay, of which we will be doing later on in the year. And then last, we have creative and imaginative writing, and this is more for entertainment. So you are entertaining me. So this could also cross over with narrative writing in that short stories and novels and poems and plays do have those elements of a narrative piece. So we also discussed in class some of the types of writing that you feel you enjoy and that you feel are most difficult for you. We are going to navigate through these different types of writing and practice them throughout the year. So please do become familiar with all of these different types. And feel free to refer back to the slide at any point.